Hi there. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification. We've got someone very exciting. She is the national taekwondo exponent. Let's welcome Sara Yap to the RSS with HD. Hi there, welcome to the show. As usual, next to me is Rashid, the man who usually makes all the women cringe. Apparently, that's what I was told the last time.
What?
Welcome to the RSS HD. Thanks to Amnig, our apparel sponsor for the show, as well as Rashid. You know, you've been keeping yourselves clean the last few weeks.
Yes, I have. Just for fun, thought of having a clean look. Mana tahu saham makan naik sikit. But anyway.
Well, yeah, saham makan naik because we've got a very a beautiful guest coming up right now. She is national taekwondo exponent. You're going to do the introductions as well. Let's welcome Sara Yap onto the RSS with AC. Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Now, how's your week been?
It's been all right. Nothing much as usual because of the MCO still going on. I've been at home pretty much most of the time. But other than that, on weekdays, I still go back to training now that it's allowed. So I am back in Bukit Jalil during the weekdays, and weekends I come back home to Ampang.
Hey, we're all okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm not going to say we're all Ampang fellas, but we're all Ampang fellas. Okay.
You just did.
I know, but you know, Ampang's a big place. So, right, I'm going to let Harish do all the. I'm not going to say grilling this time. He's going to do all the nice questions about you on the show. Apparently. Okay. So bye.
Bye.
Hi, Sarah. I think the last we met was in 2017 SEA Games at the studio in Arena, correct?
Yes, it's been a long time.
Correct. How's everyone at home?
Everyone's doing good. Everything is almost back to normal.
Yeah.
My parents went back to work, but there is still like strict regulations. It's the same in Bukit Jalil as well. We have very strict regulations there. So otherwise, I would say it's about 80% normal now.
Yeah. Well, speaking about home, Rashid used the word stalk, which I was not stalking. I was finding inspiration, and I noticed that you had very interesting exercise routines at home.
Yeah.
From what do you call water bottles as weights to a whole lot of innovative stuff. Now. It can be quite tiring to keep yourself motivated throughout the whole period, throughout the whole MCO. How do you keep yourself motivated?
I think for me, I'm pretty much like a tunnel vision kind of person. So if I have a goal in mind at present, then I just go for it and focus on it. And I believe that my goals are always shifting based on the circumstances. So I think during the MCO, my goal was basically to maintain or to improve however way I can. So in order for me to improve, I also made sure that I wouldn't get bored, hopefully, because my teammates are not at home. My coaches are not at home with me physically. Although I only see them through the screen, it still can get a little bit boring if I work out alone at home. So I think for me is to just stay creative and find whatever I have at home to make sure, I don't get injured using them. But it's also fun to, just come out with things and, I find out like items at home that I've never seen before, and apparently they've been there for ages. And I just use them to like lift and do things with it.
Yeah, but it's fun. I mean, it's a very innovative way of exercising. Despite the constraint of space, you had furniture in the house, and you somehow managed to go around them. But anyway, that's the lighter side of the MCO. But the MCO was called in because of COVID-19, and the whole sporting calendar has been disrupted. I mean, from Malaysia to the whole wide world. What was your initial plan for 2020?
My initial plan for 2020 was I was supposed to have a couple of major competitions. So I was supposed to go for Asian Championships in May. And then World Championships also in May, I think. I can't really remember because the dates were shifting around a lot, so I can't really remember. There were a lot of postponements and there was some cancellations. So those were the two major ones that I was supposed to have this year.
Okay, and now, given the fact that things are still not firm, and you've just returned to Bukit Jalil for training, what's left for 2020? Is it just gonna be training throughout the whole of 2020 and hoping for a better 2021, or what's next for you personally for the tail end of this year?
Yeah, personally for me, I think it's the same as when we were on lockdown. It was to maintain, to improve. Currently, the taekwondo squad, we are venturing into another category. We're exploring another category called freestyle. So we're going into that a little bit. Now that we can go back and train, we are improving on that a little bit more.
So sorry, what's the freestyle all about? Could you please enlighten us?
Oh yeah, so I think in 2017 when you saw Pumse in Malaysia for the SEA Games, it was very static. The category I was in, the routines were very static. There was no jumps, there was no spins, there was no acrobatics. It was just shadow boxing, and it was very practical shadow boxing. And it was very traditional. So freestyle, now that because my sport is quite advanced and they're always seeking to advance and modernize the sport and get more people to be involved in the sport. So they come up with another category called freestyle. And freestyle is basically somewhat like wushu. You still perform, yes, but there is music, there is flips, there are jumps, there are multiple airborne kicks. There's a lot of advanced techniques in freestyle. So that is something that we might venture into because a lot of multi-sport games have that right now. So we are venturing into that.
Okay, but when you speak about freestyle, you spoke about the music, more lights. It's more pomp and fair. Loud
Yes, it's
music,
more like a
lights.
choreography by ourselves, and yeah, it's less boring lah, I would say, for the audience.
True, but for the exponent, for you yourself, it'll be quite, you're in a pressure cooker kind of situation. I know every competition is the same, but the intensity is even more simply because you're not used to the loud music, the more lights, the cameras that are following you. It's going to be a norm, I believe, and especially so in freestyle. What are your views for these new distractions? I would call them the new distractions in Taekwondo.
I wouldn't say it's actually very new, this category.
The distractions, I mean, the distractions, yeah.
Yeah, so the distractions, I think, is not so much of a bother for me because even when I'm doing the authorized Pumse, there is already a lot of loud music around because usually they will have the events happen simultaneously. So I'm actually quite used to the music and stuff like that. I've actually done freestyle before, but that was many years ago. And because multi-sport games after that and other championships after that, they had more of the static, authorized, traditional Pumse routines and without the music, no freestyle. So we broke away from freestyle and then we focused on authorized again, the traditional one. And then now that they're shifting a little bit to freestyle as well, so we have to like sort of shift back. I wouldn't say it's new to me, the distractions and all that. I think it's adaptable.
Now, Sarah, I know that you love the camera. You take a whole lot of pictures, but isn't it annoying when you have a camera following you all the time during competition? Or you've gone used to it. You're used to it already.
I think I'm sort of used to it already.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's that much of a bother for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, your coach, Yap Yi Ting, she had earlier this year said that the national taekwondo Pumse team is pretty much inexperienced and were affected by nerves at last year's SEA Games, at 2019 SEA Games. Yap was actually saying that there should be more international training stints for the team. Your thoughts, please.
I think for me personally, yes, there has been a lot of competitions where I think my juniors, they might be a little bit inexperienced because some of them just came in very recently. They haven't been to a lot of multi-sport games. Yeah. So I think that would be a very good exposure for them.
Where would the training stints be if you had opportunity would be given to you to suggest a place where you would like to train? Where would it be and why?
I think that is subject to the coach actually, because I'm not too sure of their plans.
Now,
Currently,
personally, for you yourself, if you yourself,
yeah. Personally, we already have a Korean coach, so it's good that he's around. We've had him for about, I think, 4 years, so that's good. I'm comfortable with training here. I'm also comfortable training overseas. It's just that overseas, obviously, you are exposed to more people, and that in that sense, it's good to see and pick up from other people who are also very experienced, especially if they're like Koreans, because it's their sport. So that is a very good exposure for all of us as well.
Okay, Rashid, I don't know whether you know this, but Sarah is quite an artist, not only on the mat in taekwondo, but on the canvas as well.
It was good that you said artist, because she does martial arts as well.
Yes.
And before you go into the artist bit, have you ever thought about being a mixed martial artist? MMA?
I personally don't like head-on combat and stuff like that. So I've never really. I mean, it has been through my mind, like when people ask me if I've ever considered mixed martial art or jiu-jitsu or any kind of that sport. I have considered. I might do it when I retire just to explore, but competitively, not really.
You should try it. You should try it.
Yeah. It's
because
nice to
we've got
like different sports. Yeah.
Because a lot more former female athletes are trying it out. I mean, even someone like Harish, who loathes violence, he actually did do MMA last year during a charity fight, and now he's hooked. So
yes, sadly.
Yeah, and we've got more and more female former. We've got the former karate exponent Tiban, who's also doing it. A lot of the ex-boxing guys are doing it, and a lot of we're getting more and more talented female athletes. And I do foresee a future in MMA for you if you do decide. I just happen to be the president of MMA Malaysia as well. So, so anytime you want to take up amateur MMA, let us know.
You better hope that the federation is not this.
Already has a base. That already helps me out. Okay, bye. Good luck with the arts thing.
Thank you.
Anyway, Sarah, back to your drawing now. I know that you've made your drawing public. You posted on Instagram. Even when I interviewed you in 2017, we spoke about this as well. And the thing is that it's really grown from what I've seen throughout the years, and you're really good at it. So, will you take up drawing seriously once you have more time on your side? I mean, once you retire from taekwondo, and I mean, is this a serious thing, or just will remain as a passion?
I personally think that arts for me is something that I enjoy doing. I wouldn't put it as something as like a job, because I don't want it to be something stressful. It's, I guess, to put it in brief, some people might see it as like an escape for me or something like that. Something enjoyable. I don't want to put too much stress on it. I do agree that if I retire, I would like to take up like proper classes and stuff like that, just to learn more. But otherwise now I'm just my mind is very curious right now. So I think if you notice some of my art pieces from back then, it was more of like I have a reference. Yeah, I have a reference and I do characters and stuff like that. It's more hyper realistic. But now I've sort of ventured into a little bit more abstract. It's more of like an optical abstract illusion kind of thing. So I like exploring and for arts like that. So I don't really want to make it as like a job. Yeah.
But speaking about job, I mean, I'm pretty sure it has crossed your mind. What will you do once you retire from taekwondo? Have you had that serious conversation with yourself?
I've had a few thoughts about it. That I'm not sure yet. For now, I can see a few opportunities for me, although I'm not sure. I'm still exploring.
Is
But
it
I think
taekwondo related?
it's
Is it
sports
taekwondo
related. It's sports related.
related?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's sports related. Whether or not it's taekwondo, it'll still be sports related. Whatever it is, I'll
Okay.
venture into sports lah. Whether or not it's sports psychology,
Uh-huh.
or sports marketing, or like coaching, it's gonna be
Why
sports.
do you say sports psychology? That intrigued me. Why sports psychology? Why did you mention that?
Because I major in psychology, and the
Aha.
thing is, yeah, I major in psychology in Help University.
Uh-huh.
But that was only general psychology, and they didn't have any courses on sports psychology. So if I do want to venture into sports psychology, and I am passionate about sports psychology, I might do a master's maybe just to get on with it, and then pursue something in sports psychology or
That's
coaching.
interesting, Sarah, because we are trying to get a sports psychologist on our show next week.
Oh, okay, okay.
And we are going to get him, if possible, Philip Liu from the National Sports Institute.
Yeah.
We're going to try and speak to him about how athletes, the challenges they face, especially mentally, when it comes to retiring early from sports or suffering an injury where they can't go back to their prime, or to their optimal level. So yeah, we're trying to explore that. But anyway, I wish you all the best with your future plans, and more importantly, hopefully we can all meet for coffee in Ampang.
Oh yes,
soon.
definitely.
Did someone say Ampang? I just came on because I heard Ampang. No, but even if you do decide to, when you do decide to retire and still stay in sports, and we can always commission you as an MMA artist.
Wow.
You see, he's still trying to lure you, yeah.
No, it's athletes like her are very hard to get, because they've already been at the elite level, so you should maintain that, and then take up either and stay in sports, because you have so much experience to
She's a brand
share.
ambassador. You're a brand ambassador as well, correct? For some
I
brands?
was for a few a few companies, but
can still
now
be a brand ambassador.
You're wearing it.
I was.
But anyway, thank you very much for joining us on the show. It's been really, really nice to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, for all of you out there, thank you very much to Amnig, our apparel sponsor for the RSS with VHG. Don't forget to subscribe to our show. Turn on the notification, as well as make sure that you come and support Malaysian products, brands, as well as shows. From myself and Haris, it's been very nice. Thank you again, Sarah. For those of you out there, don't forget to catch us again on the next edition of the RSS with HD. Bye-bye.